Hello! How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a good weekend so far that is hopefully better than mine's going. I have a horrible ear infection in my right ear. I basically cannot hear anything out of it. It really hurts. I probably shouldn't be streaming, to be quite honest with you. But I didn't want to delay Xenoblade 2, and I've not been able to sleep or do anything, and I've been really bored, so I could do with a distraction. Hey Ben, hey Blunter, hey Dyron, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we finally jump into Chapter 10 and arrive at Elysium. Oh, also, my city is horrifically flooded, so that's also fun. Right, so there are a couple of things that I need to catch you guys up on. Well, I say a couple. One thing. During the break between streams, so pretty much as soon as I finished stream last time, I thought, I got a legendary core off of Maltus. I'll pop it. I'll see what happens. And, yeah, this happened. So, I have Cosmos now, and I did promise someone a gift sub, so I'm just going to pop a random gift sub into the community now. No idea who's going to get it. So, gift 1 for 49. That's how much it costs in pounds. So, good luck everyone. Let's see who gets it. Shit, what's my password? That is not my password. Hey, I am Pro. That is absolutely fine. That's what VODs are for. Enjoy your time with guests. Yeah, if you just randomly do a gift sub, it'll just... If you just do a gift sub without specifying anyone, it should just randomly give it to someone. Transactions just... Oh, there we go. Ami got it.
Attitude.
Nice. I know Ami isn't here right now because Ami is currently streaming herself, I think. But, yeah, hopefully she enjoys that. Anyway, it's about time we properly get into things. So, I didn't really talk about this last time because there was quite a bit going on and I wasn't really sure if I had time to fit it in. But, this hole popped up when a Maltus burst out of the floor. It's possible to knock him into it with blowdown, and it will instantly kill him and end the fight. It's pretty funny. But here we go. The final elevator. It's a really fast one. Look how quickly that came down. Yeah, I can't remember when I discovered it, but it's pretty funny. I've never been able to pull it off myself, unfortunately. I think he has quite a high blowdown resistance, so it's quite rare. To the next portal test. Yeah, it certainly gives off those vibes, doesn't it? There will be cake. I wish I had cake. I really wish I had cake.
It stopped moving.
Perhaps we've arrived at the end point.
If we go outside, we find out.
Good point. Let's have a look.
Look up.
The stars, they're close enough to touch.
The other view is quite something too. Look at the cloud sea all the way down there.
So this is the top of the World Tree. Oh, that sound.
Huh? What is that?
It's Elysium.
Elysium.
This way. Let's check it out.
It's been a while, Father.
Logos.
Is that my real name? What's it mean? Logos.
It has no meaning. All it represents is the ego of those who named you.
How many years has it been?
I forget. It has been far too long.
You know why I'm here, don't you?
I know it all. All that you experience is passed on to me here.
Then, let's get straight to the point. Huh?
No need to rush, my child. I'm fading. I'll be gone soon enough.
Is that right? Then I'll take it all.
Do as you wish. If you believe that is your role.
Is that choice really mine? Answer me. This is what I came to hear.
It is a choice you made together.
Good answer. Thanks for creating me.
And here comes the other answer.
Welcome to Radamanthus, humanity's first low-orbit space station. So the World Tree is a giant space elevator, and that has been apparent, well, not apparent, but it's been noticeable. Since the very beginning of the game, it's been hidden in plain sight. Every time you look at the World Tree, whether it be in the background or in a cutscene, you can see the elevator extending beyond the trunk. Hey Sam, not too much. We've just arrived at Radamanthus, the space station where the worlds of Xenoblade was created. Welcome to the stream, I hope you're doing okay. And yeah, look at that view. That is one hell of a view. I'd love to go to space and just see this for myself. Be awesome. You've literally just finished the last one. Nice. Right. Looks like we've got a heart-to-heart to do.
How remarkable. That view down below is the world where we live, isn't it?
So it would appear. I had no idea it was possible for humans to reach these kind of heights.
And this world tree's been around since forever too. I'm not sure I can keep up with what they're finding out here.
Hey, Prince, look! Over down there!
What is it? You see something?
Look, right over there! It's Genbu! That's gotta be Genbu!
Seriously? Wow, you're right. That does look like Tantal.
What are you talking about? Of course we can't see Tantal from all the way up here.
We totally can, though! Come over and take a look!
I'm sure it's just a cloud or something. I don't see any sign of Tantal anywhere.
Not over there, over here!
Look right there!
It's so small, it's difficult to judge. Are you sure you're not imagining it?
No imagining going on here. That's Genbu, no doubt about it.
Is it though?
Bridget?
What is it, Lady Morai?
Well, it's just... I think I may have spotted more Ardain down there. Do you think that's really it?
What?
Oh, hey, you found your place too.
Where do you mean?
Over there, next to that strangely shaped cloud.
Huh. I see the one you mean.
Doesn't that distinctive shape look just like Mor Ardain?
I do believe you're right. Those wide plains look just the right shape. And those shapes flying around it must be Titan battleships.
I thought as much. Incredible how one can feel the majesty of Mor Ardain from all the way up here.
Quite right, Lady Morag.
Hold on, you two. Take a closer look. I'm pretty sure that's the Lefthirian Islands. Mor Ardain doesn't have all that greenery, does it?
Ah.
Yeah, I love how excited they get as well, Ben. It's very charming, and let's be honest, if we ever got this opportunity, we'd all do the same thing too. Right, as much as I'd love to gawk and look at the view, we have a world to save. Malos is quite a bit ahead of us. We've had quite a lot of delays. Ooh. Also, I love that this place basically just kind of looks like an airport lobby. Is that all the rows of seats you'd get?
Treasure acquired.
And then up here, I'm pretty sure there's like a security gate and stuff as well. Yeah, here we go. It's like an actual security gate with holograms, because we're in the future. Well, that's pretty cool. As just a fan of the more sci-fi elements of this franchise, and an enjoyer of the first game's story, getting to actually come to this place was awesome. It was just really mind-blowing to me on my first playthrough. Like, seeing it in the cutscene is one thing. Actually coming here, though, that's a whole other thing. I've done... this is probably my third playthrough, I think. Yeah, so I had my original playthrough. I did a New Game Plus run preparing for Xenoblade 3 last year. And then this is my latest playthrough since then.
The shore is bright.
Yeah, it's right through here. I'm sure of it. We've almost reached Elysium. What is this place?
No.
Can this place really be Elysium? Where's the greenery? The water? Birdsong? There's nothing. Nothing here at all.
What a wretched sight. I have not seen anything like this in all my years on Alrest.
Pyra!
I don't understand. I don't get it. This is not how I remember.
That bell sound must be coming from somewhere. Is someone here?
Over there. Poppy detected one big thing, kind of like building, over that direction. Sound seemed like it come from there.
That building, eh? Then there's no point hanging around here.
Yeah. Only one way to find out. Let's go, Rex.
All right. It might still be okay. Maybe it's just this bit that's destroyed. There's bound to be something over that way.
We finally made it to Elysium. Certainly not what the party was expecting. But after thousands and thousands and thousands of years of being neglected, I can't say this site is too surprising. let's take it in for a little bit. I love this track. It's so sad and hopeless, but kind of beautiful at the same time. Just like Elysium, really. So this is Elysium. No use pondering it now. Let's keep moving. Meanwhile, Poppy's dancing happily. Poppy just brings the good vibes. That's what she does. She's trying to cheer the party up. Oh, I spy a treasure chest down there. Might as well loot what's left of this civilization. Poppy did a vibe check. It passed. Oh yeah. Poppy always passes the vibe check.
You're all mine.
Man, I just love how big this place looks. Obviously, Xenoblade is no stranger to massive worlds. And even though the actual explorable area of this place is quite small, just the implied scale here is just kind of phenomenal. They've done a really, really good job with Elysium.
Here?
I never met a tree I didn't want to climb.
Part of me almost wishes that we got to see it in its glory days. But with the series moving forward now, who knows if we ever will. Oh yeah, seeing it in the art book would have been really cool. I'd have been happy with that. This looks like a water tower. Maybe this place used to be covered in trees and flowers like Gormott. I love that they keep bringing the water tower up even here. Oh, there's a child's playground.
This place looks like it was once a city, and quite an old one at that.
It's actually a lot like the stuff we saw in Moritha.
Way more dusty though. Maybe because it's so dry up here.
Huh?
It seems to have been a child's vehicle.
Right. So that means people lived here once.
It must have been a grand old city. It stretches further than the eye can see. You could fit the entire population of Alrest into this place, and with room to spare.
We finally found the legendary Xenobike. And it turned to dust just like that. That's the power of time. Most powerful force in the universe. Is this where the people who lived in Elysium would come to play? I don't really get how to use any of these. Hey, Aqua, thank you for the raid. How are you doing today? How was your stream? Let's just get a quick shout out going. If you haven't already checked Aqua out, go check him out. He is a lovely person and a wonderful streamer. Ah, Walking Dead. Is that the Telltale one? I've not played that. Swings raid, yes. If only we could use the swings. Cut a little girl's hair, nice. It's exactly what I want out of my zombie video games. And look at all these destroyed houses. Oh, hello. Can raid someone's stuff.
You're all mine.
They might have been dead for thousands of years, but that doesn't mean they're doesn't mean they've not got good stuff. Alright, is there any more points that I can look at before we make it to the church? Doesn't look like it. Might as well grab these collectibles, not that there's really anything left to do with them.
Come out, come out.
I never met a tree I didn't want to climb. Database.
I think there are some side quests that want you to get materials from here, which is kind of funny. It's like, hey, my dad's fruit basket is broken. Can you go to this legendary place that no one knows exists and just find some wood, please?
Is that it? The bells have stopped.
A signal we should enter, perhaps?
We probably should.
Welcome home, my children.
Who's there?
Father?
What? You don't mean...
The architect is here, but where?
I am always here. Come to me.
Please look! Over there is staircase.
It seems to lead to a lower level.
Guess we have to.
So, while we're in a church, something funny on this topic. If we count Xenosaga, Jesus Christ himself is a canonical Xenoblade character, which is... I never know quite what to do with that information. This looks like a pipe organ, but it's not making any sound now. Alright, down we go. Isn't there that meme about asking if the Bible is required reading for the Xeno series? Yeah. Maybe not for Blades, and Gears you could probably get away without doing it, but I feel like for Saga, you know, it's... you gotta read that going in. Man, I love escalators. Could be something like that, Dairon. Could be something like that. Does this mean the Xenoblade series is Bible fanfiction? Yeah, I guess it does, yeah. Okay, do I want to commit to the bit and ride this all the way down, or should I just start using my legs? It's not a worryingly steep angle like the London Underground. Yeah, those ones are death traps. There's like... they're so thin, there's like no room for your feet properly either. They're... commit to the bit, alright. We're riding this down. Someone should probably tell Tora and Poppy not to dance on here. Especially with how close to the edge of her step Poppy is. She's going to fall if she's not careful. I feel like they could have sped this escalator up a bit. It's not very efficient. Oh yeah, I hate that as well. It's not pleasant. Poppy about to find herself on Live Leak. More commercials along the walls. Oh yeah, this place needs some of the wall commercials. Trips to New Los Angeles. Oh man, if we could go back.
The building's holding up well inside.
Quality of structural materials much better than in city outside. This made of same substance as World Tree itself. Same as the World Tree. Huh? Hey! Where is everyone? Pyra! Gramps! Pyra! Mithra! What is that? The Ardanian Imperial Army. Their equipment looks ancient. Like it's come from the past. What is up with this place? Nia! Dromark! I'm so glad you...
Why, Rex?
Huh?
You told us Elysium was real.
My lady and I traveled all this way at your behest. Master Rex, did you intentionally deceive us?
I trusted you, you know. I came here because I trusted you.
Nia! Dromark! What are you talking about?
How do you explain this?
You've got it wrong. I told you. I promised Pyra to...
Pyra. Oh, right. Pyra. 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 Is that it? You've only got eyes for her. Get your head out of your ass.
Nia, you're being weird. What is going on?
My lady has given up everything for you, yet still you realize nothing. Even now you cannot see.
I've been here all along. Why won't you realize? Look! Just look at me, Rex.
Seems like Nia's got some pent-up feelings she needs to deal with. Right. Oh, this bit. Oh, I was stuck on this bit for ages. I think I was stuck here for about an hour on my first playthrough. Oh. That was easy.
I'm sorry.
Answer me, Rex. Why did you lie to us?
How could you betray our trust?
Why would Nia and Dromok?
You really are a fool.
Ah! Morag? Bridget? Huh? Moradane?
You're so thoughtless.
Morag!
Here you are, wasting time. And all the while my countrymen are...
Do you have any idea what you've done?
What do you...
You just run ahead, without a thought for anyone else, and this is the result! I couldn't save anyone. If only we hadn't come here. I could have saved my people. I could have saved Niall. If only it weren't for you, Rex!
But me? I didn't mean to...
I hope you're happy now. You've dragged us to some empty ruins. I hope that was worth everything we sacrificed.
Right, here we go. Turns out these fights are really easy on custom difficulty. Oh, Morag's a little bit of a higher level. I believe these use the party's actual level, and I've had Nia as a blade for a while, so that could be why she went down so easily.
Please,
don't forget me!
What's the use in fighting amongst ourselves now?
What's the use? For vengeance! What more reason do I need?
What?
That's right. We must take our vengeance. For the thousands of lives you have stolen!
I killed? No way! I didn't!
I'll have your life for an apology, Rex!
Stop right there! How dare you run!
What is this place? What's wrong with everyone? Pyra, Mithra, Grams! Where are you? Where are you guys?
Why Rex run?
Tora! Poppy, Zeke and Pandoria. Don't tell me you're all...
You having fun, chum? Playing the hero like the kid you are, stringing us adults along.
That's not...
Rex is bad friend. Why Rex become driver when Tora cannot become driver? Tora tries so hard, and for what? It's useless!
Master Pawn is right. Rex just have a little luck and become driver of Aegis? Poppy never asked to be born as imitation. Poppy want to be real too. Not fair!
I bet it felt real good, didn't it? Getting special treatment from everyone, getting chosen by the Aegis. Who decided you should have all that power? How about you hand it over to the prince right now? He deserves it.
Stop it already! I did nothing wrong to any of you.
So you haven't worked that out either? In your hurry to get here, you never stopped to consider all the things you left lying in your wake!
Hey, Maximus, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And yeah, Ben, the VAs did very, very great with this part of the game. What do I think these scenes are trying to depict? The way I see it is it's kind of like Rex's fears personified. He feels like he's let his friends down, and so now they're taking revenge on him. I don't know why they grouped Tora and Zeke together. Maybe it's so we didn't have 4 fights in a row, but that's how it is. I'm alright. I have an ear infection, which isn't ideal, but apart from that, I'm okay.
Maybe things will get interesting now. Oh, shut up!
Enough! Stop! Tora! Poppy! No, I never wanted this. Zeke, Pandoria!
What are you doing, Rex?
What? Gramps. This place.
What is the point?
Huh, Gramps?
What is the point of us, really? We are born as blades, then return to our slumber, again and again, over countless years, until we become titans, to wander this world for countless more. And at the end of it all, we sink into nothingness. Have you ever thought about it? What it means to exist for close to an eternity with no clear purpose or goal?
That's...
Must be nice to be human. Living for a limited time, thinking limited thoughts. It must be so much easier. I envy your kind. Just think, Rex, would you? What would you do if you were me? Would you be happy to drift around the ocean with a human on your back? Is that all I am to be?
I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that. Why are you asking me? You're being strange. Everyone's acting so strange.
Welcome back. You're late, Rex. Where did you wander off to?
Pyra. Mithra.
Come on, let's go ahead and eat. I've cooked up a whole bunch of your favorites. I hope you've got room. Well, eat up. Which kind of bread do you want?
Oh, maybe this. And this.
There you go.
Thanks.
Hey, do you want some wine? Oops, you're too young. Silly me.
Mithra, has something happened?
What do you mean?
It's just, you're a lot nicer than normal.
Stop it. I'm always nice to you, aren't I?
If you say so.
Hey, Rex, come on. How can you sit down to eat without washing your hands first? That's a faux pas. Go wash your hands right now.
Sorry. You're acting almost like Mithra today, Pyra.
Did you scrub them properly?
Yeah. They're clean.
Great. Okay then, let's eat. Thanks for the food.
It looks really good. Tastes even better.
Of course it does. After all, I made it myself. Maybe I'll try my hand next time. Mithra, no. You know how that always ends. But carbon's good for you. Anyway, I want to do something nice for Rex too. No cooking. Who's gonna save the world if Rex gets the runs? You're so mean. It was only that one time.
It's okay, you two. I don't care who cooks. I'm just happy we're... I'm happy we...
Rex.
It's so strange. I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. Everyone's all wrong. They all said but now you two... Did I go wrong somewhere?
I think that's enough. Please, Father.
You guys.
Rex.
Why are we all here? I thought I was...
I merely wished to examine the shapes of your hearts.
That voice. You're...
My name is Klaus, the architect of this world. I have watched over you all this time. I have seen your thoughts, your desires, the things you have achieved.
So you did that, just now?
Yes, those were not your present forms, but alternate possibilities. Your other selves that lie within. That is what I wanted to see.
Our other selves? You mean we're all thinking stuff like that, deep down? Was that how we really feel?
Then you saw it too.
Looks like we were all shown the same kind of stuff. It creeped me out. What are you trying to prove?
Those were the fears you harbor.
I don't get it at all.
What was your purpose in showing us this? Those were not pleasant visions to behold.
My only purpose was to find out how mankind has changed and where it is headed.
And were you disappointed?
No. As you stand before me right now, that is who you are. That is enough.
Architect, sir. I came here because I met Pyra. Is this really Elysium? Are you really?
I will show you everything. Memories. Mine and those of this planet. This world was once the stage of a struggle for survival that dwarfed this current predicament. The world was an unseemly place, though glimpses of beauty persisted. What should people live for? Who should they live for? They live for themselves, to harbor desires and struggle to realize them. That is the natural state of man. But I did not think that was good enough. I lost hope for mankind. I searched tirelessly for an outside solution. And one day, I found it. The conduit. Why it chose to appear before us, I do not know. However, its existence presented a new possibility.
Possibility?
Our world was not the only one. Endless universes coexist, side by side, yet all completely unaware of one another. The conduit was our link to these foreign worlds. And I opened that forbidden gateway, praying that it would change the world. You have seen the plane called Moritha, have you not? That is what remains of my world. When I opened the conduit, many people and many things disappeared into distant dimensions. All that remained here were the ruins of Moritha. And half of my body.
Your body?
Half of me lives on in some other dimension. But not for much longer.
What do you mean?
The moment of my other self's demise draws near.
Father, you...
I was a fool. Because of my foolishness, I lost everything. Left here, alone and broken, I longed for oblivion, but even that eluded me. This is my punishment. Retribution from on high, for the sin I have committed.
On high?
There was only one thing I could do. I had to atone for my sin. I swore to restore this world. The first thing I created was a special particulate substance with the ability to restore deteriorated matter. You all know it as the Cloud Sea. The Cloud Sea can disassemble matter it comes in contact with, and rebuild it in the image of all the things that once made up this world. This way, little by little, I could rebuild the world I had brought to ruin. Next, I began to recreate life. I gathered miniature vessels containing memories of all this planet's former life forms. And I scattered them across the Cloud Sea. These are the core crystals. The crystals bonded with the Cloud Sea's particulate reconstructors and formed the nuclei of new life. Those nuclei developed into minute life forms, the Titans, who would, over time, grow larger and larger. Finally, the Titans gave birth to complex organisms based on the data in their core crystals. This newly birthed life, over untold millennia, evolved into a new breed of mankind.
So that's how we came to live in this world.
But I did not trust this world, born as it had been. What if it were to repeat our mistakes? What if someone like me appeared? To stave off these doubts, I implemented one final measure. And so the Blades were born. Ontos, Logos, and Pneuma. The three cores of the Trinity processor formed their cornerstone. However, Ontos triggered a space-time transition event and disappeared forever. I was left with the other two, Logos and Pneuma, entrusting them with managing the Blades. Malos and Pyra. Those are the names that you now know them under.
So, I am Pneuma.
Managing?
The core crystals at the heart of each blade are tasked with relaying all kinds of information to Logos and Pneuma about the selection pressures of the outside world and the biological status of their bonded human, but also the experiences and emotions they share. As the data continually accrues, new evolutionary code is sent back to the core crystals. And this code is used to create new, further evolved blades. These blades too become Titans in time, and create new generations of life forms. This was the new circle of life I had created.
A grand scheme. It boggles the mind a tad.
So, we're all born from this endless cycle of life, to replace the victims of the previous world.
That's right. But there were also a handful of survivors. I believe you saw them when you were in Moritha. The unfortunate ones who clung to life.
Ah. You mean those monsters? Were they originally people?
Core crystals were first conceived as a replacement for human brain cells. A product of mankind's age-old quest for immortality.
And that's what became of them. How awful.
But that technology became the starting point for the creation of blades and titans.
So, in one sense, their sacrifice was not in vain, though not all may see it as such.
So tell us, in the end, did we develop as you had hoped?
What do you think?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, those phantasms which you all experienced earlier, those are feelings that lurk in all of your hearts. As well as that man, Amaltheus. When a person loses something, they cannot help but seek a reason why. Within themselves, or in others. They seek a concrete answer to the question of who they really are deep inside. Such a very lonely existence. But perhaps that is what it is to be human. All this data passed through me, and I knew. All of you. You were not in any way different from us before. That's why I did not intervene. 500 years ago, when the man finally arrived here, I did nothing when he took away Logos and Pneuma. I stood and watched as Logos, instantiated into blade form, set out to purge the world.
You don't make sense. Didn't you go to all that trouble to rebuild it? Then why would you...
It is fate.
Fate?
It is fated to happen. It cannot but happen. My atonement was doomed from the start.
That can't be.
I had made my peace with it. Once more, I longed for nothing more than to disappear. However, something has now changed. And that is you, Rex. You and Pneuma.
Me? And Pyra and Mithra?
You reforged your bond in a way I had not thought possible. And the life you share. Moreover, the conduit, which fell into a stubborn silence after the world's end, has begun stirring once more. Rex, the power you and Pneuma exercise is the conduit's power. It comes leaking out of some far-flung dimension. And it is a power we can know nothing about. But with its help, the world may be about to change.
What's all this shaking?
It is Logos. Malos, trying to destroy this world and everything in it.
What?
Remember, at heart he is but an information processing unit. Neither good nor evil. He is driven by a certain impulse. The despair that the man named Amaltheus felt.
I see. So it was right. What I felt back then, I mean.
Rex.
Rex, what is it you desire?
What else? To stop Malos.
And if you succeed?
I'll punch him in his stupid face, and then... probably get a drink with him or something. That's the 6th rule of the Salvager's Code. First have a punch out, then drink to forget. Once you've forgotten, the friendship's all set. I'm not old enough to drink yet, though.
I see. Numa. No, I should call you Pyra and Mithra.
What is it?
I want to apologize for having burdened you with all this.
Don't worry. We're actually grateful. Thanks to you, Father, we got to meet Rex. And everyone else. Those are cherished memories. Father.
I have transferred all of Elysium's data and authorizations to you. Make me proud.
We will.
Rex.
Yes.
I will disappear soon. When I do, the conduit will likely disappear from this world. You will not be able to use your power forever.
I understand. We'll make do somehow.
I'm counting on you.
Klaus. Have you changed your mind about this world?
Right now, I think I am glad I met you all.
Got it. Then, our answers match. Thank you for giving us all life.
Perhaps I will be able to face you again. Galea.
Mithra, where's Malos?
If he is here, I know where he must have gone.
Where is it? Tell us.
The greatest of all artifices. The artifice that exists solely to destroy the world. Ion.
Ion? So that's what Malos meant. Then, that's where we'll go.
So, my man Rex just walked up to God and quoted the Salvage's Code. Never change, Rex. Never change. So, that was nearly 20 minutes of pure exposition, but I absolutely loved that cutscene. I was hooked. Just glued to the screen on my first playthrough. As I've said, I love the sort of fantasy world. It's actually a sci-fi world trope. And they found just sort of plausible, scientific sounding ways of explaining all of this game's sort of unique mechanics and gimmicks. And it's just really enjoyable to sit through and watch. I also really, really enjoy what they did with Klaus. Zanza as a plot device and a part of the story is fantastic. He has a lot of presence. But as a character, he's not the most interesting. He's basically just your generic JRPG god. Klaus, though, allows us to see another side to him. We got to see what he was like before, why he started the experiment, and what he could have become. He's possibly one of the most important characters in the entire franchise, being the one that started it off. And that's why a lot of fans have taken to calling the trilogy the Klaus saga, just sort of in memory of what he did. Now, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of that particular name. I think it's a little too specific, a little too spoilery. You'll go through your first game not really knowing what it means, but then as soon as you go into your second, and if you know of that name, you'll go, ah, I know how they connect. I much prefer the name Trinity Saga myself, referring to the Trinity processor, which Klaus used to create the new worlds, because they're just as important, because, you know, they were the machine that allowed him to interface with the conduit and create the new worlds. But it's a little bit less spoilery, it doesn't immediately give everything away, and I feel like the stories of the games are more actively about the Trinity processor than about Klaus. Klaus obviously is quite important to Xenoblade 1, being the main villain, but here he is essentially, as much as I like him, a glorified exposition dump. Whereas the Trinity processor is the power behind the signature Xenoblades. It is the main antagonist of Xenoblade 2. It's one of the main protagonists of Xenoblade 2. It's just seems a bit more important in the grand scheme of things. Call it the Trinity Trilogy. No, I think I'd stick with Trinity Saga. I like Saga, just because kind of connects to Xenoblade 1. Not Xenoblade 1, sorry, Xenosaga a bit more. Plus, the box set for the entire trilogy was called the Trinity box set. So, it's something you noticed in your Xenoblade 1 playthrough that you didn't think you ever asked about, but now it makes a lot more sense. What is that, out of curiosity? Also, while I'm gushing about Klaus, I'd like to once again praise Adam Howden. He delivers, once again, as he always does, an absolutely fantastic performance. Definitely one of the best voice actors the series has ever had. And even though we didn't get much more about Mainith, I like that we at least learnt her real name, Galea. Speaking of the Trinity processor, though, a third one was mentioned. Ontos. I think it should be pretty clear who that is. Ontos is Alvis. There's plenty of evidence for this. Malos literally wields a Monado. While Numa's blade is never called a Monado, it has the same ring design in it. And his visions and powers are very similar to Mithra's foresight and all of Numa's powers and all of that stuff. Plus, they even made it more obvious in Definitive Edition by changing Alvis's necklace from a key to a core crystal pendant. Just like Sam has mentioned there. And there were some people that were against that theory when Xenoblade 2 initially came out, but they have definitively been proven wrong now. Ontos is Alvis, that is just fact. Zanza VA in 1 is just Arglist, and late game Zanza is Adam Howden, right? Yes, that's correct. What was the key originally for? Maybe it's the key we lost. Sorry, just I had to throw a little X reference in there. I don't know what the key was originally for, to be honest. Maybe it was just a stylistic thing. Just because he's the key behind the Monado or whatever. Something like that? I don't know. Anyway, what does Klaus have to say? I will disappear soon. When I do, the conduit will likely disappear from this world. You will not be able to use your power forever. I'm counting on you. Pyra, Mithra, and Rex. Alright. Master key program behind the world of Xenoblade 1, maybe. Yeah, that could be it. Something like that. Also, I have to say I particularly enjoy how they've connected Xenoblade 1 and 2 here. But I'll talk more about my thoughts on the story and everything later. For now, we have a Malos to kill. If I sit here expositing anymore, he'll destroy the world.
And arrived. This would make a good nest.
All of those sirens? He's really trying to destroy all of Alrest.
Let's hurry, guys!
Seems like he's not holding back. Right, I just thought I should probably sort my party out a little bit. Just get it back to how I want it. Why can't she control the sirens? That is a good question, actually. Maybe Ion has some kind of override on all of the artificers. That's the best explanation that I can come up with.
Showtime!
Okay, that's looking good. And let's swap back to Mithra. Oh, hold on. I nearly missed this. There's a heart-to-heart here. Ah, I need Dromark in the party. Okay, right. Let's swap out Rock then.
I am at your service.
I feel like if I have Blade near in the party, it should just assume that I have Dromark.
View here, pretty amazing.
I would never have dreamed a day would come when I could gaze down upon all of Alrest. Though I must confess, the sheer height sets my fur on end somewhat.
Master, tell me, what do you feel standing here? Well, the first step would be to launch a satellite into orbit above Alrest.
Yes, yes.
Once the satellite reaches geostationary orbit, it lowers a cable towards Alrest. Next, it extends a weighted cable in the opposite direction.
Intriguing.
By alternately extending the two, eventually the downward cable will reach the surface. Next, a device can be attached to this cable to carry materials to the satellite.
Yes, yes!
And by gradually expanding the scale of the structure, the world tree begins to take shape.
Taurus sort of see what cosmos mean, but mostly sound like nonsense.
Yes, I'm afraid I could barely comprehend it at all.
Listen, Cosmos, how do you even know about this stuff?
That, I don't know myself.
Cosmos not know?
Correct. This data exists independently from my ordinary memories. It does not seem to be lost, even when I return to my core crystal. Just as we Blades remember our names when we are newly awakened, this information has always been with me. As such, I cannot say who implanted this information into me, or for what purpose.
I guess there's some stuff even you don't know.
Indeed. Perhaps that is my purpose here, to seek the answers I do not have.
Yeah, you need Cosmos for that heart-to-heart. It's her main one. It does bug me slightly that they're calling her Cosmos and not Cosmos, because it is pronounced Cosmos in Xenosaga. I guess no one told the voice actors that. Yeah, it's a really interesting heart-to-heart, though. It's interesting to learn a bit more about how the World Tree was made. Alright, looks like there's a few artificers still in here. And if I can quickly just exclude Tora and Morag from the party. There's a new battle theme I'd like you guys to hear.
Maybe we'll get out of this alive. I'll let you know if you start slacking.
The enemy's element is now light.
Well, hey, pay attention to me.
Neil!
I'll keep your healthy, so get it talking.
Ha! Redemption.
Don't let her.
I like your attitude. Like your attitude. Redemption.
Are you ready to go?
Gotcha.
It's one of my favourite battle themes in the game, but it's so incredibly obscure. As Iron Pro said, it's used for like 3 enemies, and you can quite easily just run past them and never hear it. Thankfully, it does get a bit of use in Torna though, so it's not completely forgotten about. Alright, let's see if I can finish this guy off. Oh, ow. Just going straight into the launch there. That's a bit rude. Was a little bit trigger happy on that first one there. Right, sort my party back out. Yeah, it would have been nice to see them do a bit more with these. But it is what it is. Maybe introduce the Skells. Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been a cool little reference. But I suppose we'll soon see if they have any more plans for X. I hope they do.
Pleased to meet you.
I love X very, very much. See, I don't even need it to necessarily connect into 1, 2, and 3. I'd still be fine with it being its own thing. I just want a follow-up. I want a sequel. Oh, hello. Okay, don't know what happened there. He aggroed and then was just like, ah, you know what, it's not worth it. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm not going up there. Is that one going to aggro? It might do. If I stick close to this wall, it might not, though. So I know it's underway. I don't know if they're working on anything for X yet. I really hope they do, because you kind of need online if you want 100% X. Oh, right. Okay, I can't do anything with that. Yeah, it would be a big shame to lose all of X's online functionality. Oh, right, was it? Okay, I didn't realise there was... Because I know there's the Pretendo stuff that are doing just Wii U and 3DS servers in general. And they have their own version of Miiverse. I didn't realise that there was any talk of an X-specific one. That's quite exciting to hear. I'll have to look into that and stay on top of it. Oh, hello. I did not know those enemies even spawned. Yeah, squad tasks being offline would certainly go some way towards helping. A big door like that. Oh, a big door like that would be awesome to have. I'm not sure I'd really have the room for it, though.
Where we were going.
Oh, there's another heart to heart. Would you look at that? Malos can wait just a few more minutes.
Malos is a powerful foe.
But we can't afford to give up now.
Indeed. If we give up hope here, there will be nothing left of Alrest.
That'd leave all the people we care about dead, and a whole bunch of innocent folk besides.
That worst possible outcome!
But we're not in this alone. Jin, the Torna guys, and everyone back on Alrest are counting on us.
We've run into all kinds of trouble on the way, but we've made it this far.
This may be the most formidable obstacle yet, but we can surpass it like any other.
When friends all together, nothing impossible!
This is it. This is our final battle. Let's show him what drivers and blades can do together.
Yeah!
Okay, it was very important that I do that one. We need our pep talk before we fight Malos. Right. Well, here we are. The point of no return is just up there. I think it's time to save. That's fair enough, Maximus. Hopefully you get back here in time, but if not, that's absolutely fine. Thank you for stopping by. Show him a thing or three. Oh, I will. I plan to. Hold on. I've got to double check that I've saved. I made that mistake with Future Connected. I'm not doing it again. Okay, there we go. Oh, it automatically saves. Okay, I didn't realise that.
Malos!
Just in time for the final act, boy. I've saved you the best seats in the house. I sounded just like Akos for a moment there.
Akos is dead, you bastard. So is Petroka. And Jin.
Figured as much.
Is that all?
What? You want me to weep and deliver a eulogy? What good would that do? They all desired oblivion, and now they've achieved it. Least I can do is send them off with a smile.
Malos, is this really what you want?
Huh?
Is this what you want? Malos?
I don't understand the question.
You must understand by now that none of this is your own will. You have to see all of this came from a Malthus.
Even if that's true, so what? And don't give me some weak-ass crap about how I should repent or whatever.
Why don't you want to hear the truth?
Here's the thing. I don't give a rat's ass what you think, brat! So blades become titans, and titans give life to humans. Honestly, who even gives a damn? They can become whatever they want. But that man, he'd lost everything. He no longer wanted anything. He didn't even want to live anymore. And despite that, his life was the one thing he hadn't lost. Because he couldn't!
The thought of you forgetting me, it's like one heart is being ripped in two.
Words can be a curse. That curse was what kept him tied down here. A wretched tale, isn't it? This whole world is a wretched place.
Do not forget that you too are a part of that world. If it were not for you, for Amalthus, both Jin and Laura's lives may have taken quite different paths.
Exactly. That's exactly it. You've gotten smarter with age, huh? I'm a wretched being too. A hideous monster, far beyond saving. So, let's end this now.
Don't you feel anything? Father's sadness, the world he longed for.
How could I? That isn't my role in this world.
This man, does he mean to...
Come at me, kid! Come, my partner! Give me all you've got. You better show me all of it! The extent of your will! Show me why you're here in this world!
Right, here we go. Listen to this music.
Okay, time to take you down.
I'll let you know.
We need to settle
Give them
this.
a moment to rolling smash. We get a shot. Double spinning edge. Anchor shot. Ha! Just give me double spinning edge. Will o' the wisp. Go for it.
Fire, be my sword.
Big Papa, third stage. Awesome.
It's here. Why not?
Mithra is one. One moment to log on me. Finally got something right.
I'll make sure you're dead.
Power by nature.
Rolling smash. We will make your dreams a
I'll
reality.
wipe you punks out.
Photon edge. Why not?
X-Star. Good hit. The enemy's real.
Nicely done.
This should be enough for you.
Rex, we can do it.
Focusing. Rolling smash. Hit it. No. The enemy's element is now close.
Photon edge.
Why not? Double spinning
Do it.
Gotcha.
You lose, everything
One
will
shot.
disappear.
Hit it. No.
There.
You'd better bring your best. Third stage.
You're not burning anyone today.
My lady!
Dromak!
Don't trouble yourself. It's nothing.
Can you still not see? Stop the artifice, Malos!
See what, brat? The world's never gonna change if that's all you got.
It will change. I will change it. That's the reason we've come all this way.
Why don't you just let it go? Who do you think you're doing this for?
I'm doing it for myself. If it helps put smiles on people's faces, helps them live their lives together, then that's my role in this world! Jin told me to take care of you. In his place, you know. Jin never wanted to die. He just wanted to connect with you. He did it because you showed him a path.
And how many people died because of it? You'd forgive him just like that?
Forgiving isn't that easy, but that's just the world we live in. We need to find a way forward within that world. Even you used to think like that. What?
Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny!
Hurry. The time is nigh.
Oh, chills. Actual chills. Drifting Soul. Al Weaver's best performance as Rex. David Menken as Malos is on top form as well. And then that Schultz cameo at the end. Might just be one of my favourite cutscenes in the game. It's so good. And I watched that, and I don't understand the people that moan about Al Weaver as Rex. He has a few rough spots, but overall he's just really good. Right, have my orbs been removed? Yeah, it looks like they have been. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Right, let's go for the topple. Let's get that fire orb back on. Pyra. Oh yeah, for his first voice acting experience, like he did really well. Yeah, you record one IR and people never forgive you. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had any complaints about any of the dubbed voice actors in any of the games, to be honest. I think they all do a really, really good job. Right, I definitely want the water orb on, because I can definitely guarantee a break on that. Oh yeah, like, it's very rare that you see a British dub in video games, so it gives the series its own, just unique charm. Okay, spawning another Colossus. See if I can quickly get a light combo up here. Okay, I'm going to play the risky game here. If I use the third form, I think I can get a 4-4 up really quickly and then go for a full burst. So I might just ignore the Colossus. You know what? I might not even need the 4-4. If someone would like to come and get closer to him. Tora? Guys, are you targeting? Guys. Tora. Fine, I'll do it myself.
Think you can take me?
Okay. Let's go for Cyclone. Oh, that might kill him. That killed him. Never mind. I wanted to chain attack him.
Here I go.
Yeah.
Let's get this done, so we can move on
for the future.
This is the last gift I can offer you. The rest is up to you, my children. It's been fun, kid.
Malos.
If only I'd met you sooner. Just think of the worlds I might have seen. But even so...
If I had been your driver, all of this...
Kids say the damnedest things. There was only one driver for me. All... In all, it wasn't so bad.
Malos. Looks like he's finally found it. Lady Moore. A meaning to his life. Indeed. Frankly, I'm a little jealous. After all, most people go their whole lives without finding theirs. I wonder if I'll find mine.
You've got one already, haven't you? And if what you've got isn't enough for you, well, you can always leave things to the next generation.
You've got a point. Surprisingly enough.
What's going on?
That's... What's happened? At this rate, all of Elysium will collapse. What? Since the conduit disappeared, the power holding Elysium together was cut off. What's gonna happen when it crumbles? Not...
Everything above this point will either orbit the planet or be flung into space by centrifugal force. However, everything below this point, the World Tree itself, will fall apart on top of Alrest.
No, that can't. The impact would destroy.
There has to be a way to stop it! Mithra, please! Mithra!
There is one way. Just one way to prevent it. 5 stories down, from here, there's a control room for the correction boosters. If we can fire the booster jets, and accelerate the whole world tree beyond escape velocity.
Look, I haven't got a clue about boosters or velocities, but I'm gathering that we gotta get there, and fast.
Okay, 5 floors down. Let's hurry.
Azurda! Poppy!
Hmm?
What did you say?
Poppy could not possibly.
Please! You're the only ones I can ask.
But...
Poppy, you promised, didn't you?
That below belt.
Please.
You're a real piece of work.
What is this?
Ships. Is this a port?
Mithra? What are you doing there? Where's the control room? Mithra! You can't mean...
I'm sorry. This was the first lie I ever told you.
Mithra!
The only way to stop the World Tree's collapse is to use the last of Ion's power and annihilate the World Tree. I'm sorry, it is the only way. You all need to use one of those escape vessels and get as far away as possible.
What? The last of Ions? Mithra! What are you doing? It'll be fine, right? You'll deal with the World Tree, then come back, right? Wait! Just wait, I'll come with you! Damn it! There's not enough wire! I got it! Poppy? Poppy?
It's not okay. Poppy cannot.
What do you mean you can't?
Puppy made promise. Mithra say that Rex for sure ask Poppy. Say not help Rex, no matter what.
What kind of promise is that? Please, I'm begging you. All you gotta do is take me over there. The rest of you can just... Rex. Come on. Please. She's right there.
Rex.
Gramps.
Sometimes a man must know when to let go.
Why? Why?
Do it for her, Rex. Do as she asks.
Gramps!
Chum, how long are you planning on being a baby? She's the girl you love. You got to accept her decision. That's what being an adult means.
Rex, I am so thankful that I've met all of you.
Rex! Mithra!
Rex!
The core crystal.
You'll be fine. Without me now.
Mithra.
Hello there. I hope you'll help me.
Rex. I'm so glad to have met you. Our time together was short, a fraction of my long, long years. But it's been warmer and brighter than any time I can remember before. You shone a light on my melancholy path. You showed me the way. Thank you for that, Rex. Thank you for that gift of light.
So tell me, how was it?
Do you really want to know? Well,
Rex! Gramps?
You know, I think this form does suit me best.
Gramps!
We're heading down. Everybody grab onto something.
Cloud C is...
The Titans are... gone.
I can't believe it. Is everyone dead? We were too late. At the land of Moritha.
So there's nothing left of the world but ruins?
We're crossing that rift.
Look!
Titans.
They're joining with the land. It's true. I think I see what Klaus meant by restoring the world.
Gramps? So Elysium was here all along.
You know, Nix,
We're finally here.
I'll let the credits play out, and then we can talk.
eternity. The final day has come to an end. It's gone for good. I would then slowly close my eyes and be cuddled by the shining memory piece. It will trace back all the memories with you. That's the only wish I
And there we go. Yeah, that really is a great song. I think of the 3 Xenoblade 2 vocal themes, I do prefer Drifting Soul and Torna's ending theme a little bit more, but that one is still great. And also, seeing that Monolith logo never gets old. Yeah, it reuses the main motif very well in that track. And for beating the game, we get one last title screen. And I really like this one. It would be nice if the whole party was here, but I'll take what we can get. Why is your roof leaking? Water all over your face. Oh dear. I'm sure that's the reason. Anyway, that is the base game of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 done. And I have really, really enjoyed this playthrough. It's been a lot of fun revisiting this game with you guys. It's been very exciting to see what blades I get each week. And honestly, it's flown by. It feels like yesterday that I started. It feels like it's gone by a lot faster than my Xenoblade 1 playthrough did. Even though I think this playthrough by playtime is like 15 hours longer than that one, it feels so much shorter. Now, I have a lot to say about Xenoblade 2, both good and bad. Thank you, Iron Pro. Because I love this game to death, I really do, but I do have a lot of issues with it. So we'll start with the story. Once you hit Chapter 5, the story never slows down right up until the end, apart from that little detour with Banner. It just keeps on going, keeps on getting better and better and better. Chapter 7 is incredible, very emotional. A great climax for Nia and Pyra and Mithra's arc, some great moments for Rex as well. Chapter 8 through 10 is up there as one of my favourite sections of story in any Xenoblade game. I've said many times now, I love the sort of fantasy world is actually a sci-fi world trope. They do it very well. It's great to finally get a proper glimpse of the world before Klaus pushed the button. That was really, really cool to see. And speaking of, I absolutely adore how they connected Xenoblade 1 to Xenoblade 2. They did it in a way where it's exciting for returning fans, but it still makes sense within the context of Xenoblade 2's world for those starting with 2. And it doesn't have one fully overshadowed 2 at the end. And you can even re-experience that twist the other way round. You can do 2 first, and then do 1, and still have that same twist, and it still works. It doesn't work quite as well, because obviously 2 is designed to be a bigger reveal than how it was revealed in 1. But the fact that that still works when 1 was written to be a standalone game is quite impressive. The game, I feel, does a really, really good job with balancing all of its main characters as well. It gives them all plenty of screen time, plenty of character moments and developments, and I think that's a big improvement over the first game, where it felt like really only Shulk and Melia got full connected arcs. A few blades do get the shaft, but considering how many characters this game has to juggle, I think it's impressive how well it did. You did have those, oh, I see what's going on there moments. Yeah, I remember you messaging me about those. Speaking of characters, Rex is a fantastic main character. I really sort of love him and connect with him quite a bit. And it frustrates me when I see people say he's annoying or claim he has no character development. The annoyingness thing is entirely subjective, so I'm not going to argue that. But I don't know how you can sit through Chapter 7, the ending, his final discussion with Malos, and say he has no character development. Yeah, he's an optimist at the start, he's an optimist at the end. But why he's optimistic is different. He's extremely naive at the start of the game, and that's where his optimism comes from. But he eventually has that broken down, and he learns sort of what the world is really like and about. And in spite of that, he chooses to continue to be optimistic. I think it's honestly quite an uplifting character. Plus, as I said earlier, I think Al Weaver does a really good job voicing him. Yeah, he has a few dud lines here and there. You know, the infamous, yeah. But overall, he does really well with all the emotional scenes. He's really great at the goofier stuff as well. And they're kind of the two things this game wants its voice actors to nail, and he nails them both. Speaking of, just the overall dub, I think, is really great. Yeah, again, there are a few dud lines here and there, but I think it's important to remember that Xenoblade 2 was extremely rushed to get it out during the first year of the Switch, and so a lot of the time they had to just use the first take that the voice actor did. The voice actors didn't have much context to begin with, and I think despite all of that, they all did great jobs. Everyone fits their characters really well. There isn't a performance I can think of that I'd say is just bad or terrible. And I love what they did with the accents as well. They gave each Titan its own distinct accent, and it just makes the world feel that much more real and alive and just sort of lived in. And in fact, I'd say world building is another thing that this game does a bit better than the first one. Bionis and Mechonis is a fantastic setting, but it doesn't quite feel like a real lived-in world in the way that this game does. Not that I dislike that game by any means, but I think it's just an area that this game improved. Was Monolith Soft working on Breath of the Wild at the same time as this? Yes, they were. That is why... Basically, this game was quite rough at launch, and it's because Monolith Soft were running on basically a skeleton crew, because most of their staff got pinched for Breath of the Wild. That's why all of the blades were designed by guest artists as well, is so they could get a bunch of character designs done, even with sort of a limited amount of staff working on the game. The villains of this game are fantastic as well. Malos might just be one of my favourite villains in the entire franchise. When you first meet him, you assume he's just going to be the generic, sort of thuggish bad guy that you deal with early on. But then he ends up being a hell of a lot deeper than that. He sort of raises a lot of questions about whether Blades have free will, whether his desires are his own or his drivers. And I like that he sort of subverts your expectations. Sort of, you meet him, he's the first main villain you meet, and you think, oh, the first villain we meet, he's not going to be the final boss. And then he is. I also love his relationship with Jin. I think it's very well done. I almost kind of read it, at least on Malos's part, as kind of romantic. And I know that's how David Menken, his voice actor, kind of performed it. And that he actually has sort of some feeling for Jin in that way. And speaking of David Menken, one of the best voice actors in the game, does such a good job. He brings Malos to life, and you can tell he's just having fun the whole time. And speaking of Malos, we can't really talk about him without talking about his driver, Amaltus, who I think is another really great villain. He's incredibly complex. He has a lot of stuff to him. And in a way, I feel like he's a better version of Zanza. They're both very similar. They were men that sort of lost faith in the world, sought out greater power, completely changed the world through that action, and gained great power themselves because of it. But whereas Zanza kind of just went, oh, I guess I'm an evil god now, Amaltus kept a lot of his hypocrisies, of his desires. He kept a lot of what made him interesting. Plus, he's just a dick. Like, they do a really, really good job of making you hate him. And when you hate a villain like that, you know they've done a good job with him. And again, he kind of subverts your expectations in a way. He is the main villain behind everything. But he's not the final boss. The story doesn't end with his death. You still have to deal with the consequences of his actions after. And I really like that. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Zanza saw himself above the rest. Amalthus slithers between them. So, anyway, that is enough about the story. On to the... actually, wait, no, it's not. Because I can't talk about the good about this story without talking about the first half of the game. Oh boy. It starts off fine. Chapter 1's okay. Chapter 3 is a bit of a diamond in the rough. Everything with Vandam is great. But my god, the pacing of the first half of the game is absolutely atrocious. There are way too many stops for random fetch quests. There's way too many detours back to Gormott. And it's also where the game is at its goofiest. Now, I don't mind the goofy stuff. I quite enjoy it. I think it's quite charming. But it's also very different from the rest of the series, and I can fully understand why some people might be turned off this game because of that. It is what it is. Obviously, it's a 6-year-old game now. Me moaning about it's not really going to change anything, and I love the game despite that, but it is worth mentioning. So, onto the gameplay. I adore this game's battle system. I love the changes to auto attacks and arts, as well as the addition of cancelling. It makes everything feel so much more dynamic, and almost feels like a rhythm game at times, where you're trying to sort of land things at the right time to sort of get your cancel as well as get your break or your special, whatever else you're going for. I also really enjoy how all of the different systems of the battle system build up into each other. So your auto attacks build into your arts build into your specials, they build into your chain attacks, and then pulling a full burst off. Oh, it's so satisfying. It takes a long time to get there, but when you do, it's so worth it. That said, the game, again, takes just way too long to introduce all of the systems, and I feel like a lot of early game enemies are balanced around you having them all, which can make some of the early game fights feel like a bit of a slog, which does not pair well with the early game story feeling like a bit of a slog. It's not the best of combos. The level design and the areas and the worlds, I think, are a big step up from the first game. They're not quite as big for the sake of being big. They feel a lot more packed in and dense. They use verticality really well. There's plenty of things to find and do. The navigation system lets it down a little bit. The map UI is god-awful, but that's not a problem with the level design itself. However, both visually and exploration-wise, I'd say, they're fun to explore. They're visually gorgeous. However, I do have a bit of a problem in that the world feels a bit disconnected. There's no way to just go from one area to the other without skip traveling, and I feel like the game could have benefited from like a boat or something, so you could sail between titans, so you get a bit more of an idea of where they are in relation to each other and how the whole world fits together. Something like that could have been cool. They even had a Zerda for that, but no, they had to turn him into a little chibi thing instead. However, if I'm talking about the world, I have to point out that this game is not just a follow-up to Xenoblade 1. It also follows up Xenoblade X, and it just doesn't compare. I'm sorry, I love X to death. Mira is one of my favourite video game worlds ever. And while Alrest is visually stunning, the whole world as a whole just felt like a big step down from X, which is a bit of a shame. It's great in its own right, but I'm never going to be able to move past that X bias just because of the whole order the games came out in and which one I was a fan of first. The side quests, I think, are pretty enjoyable this time around. They're a massive step up from the first game. They're not quite as good as X's, again, as that X comparison, but they're not bad by any means. The more generic ones are still really interesting. The Blade quests are really fun. They're just really goofy and silly, and they build up each Blade's personality really well. My only real complaint with the side quests is how Merc missions tie into them. It can cause some of them to just really grind to a halt and drag out and make them feel like a bit of a slog. Speaking of, this game has a lot of mechanics like that, where I'm like, I enjoy them to an extent, but they wear out their welcome by the end. The Blade gacha system is a lot of fun when you're just going through the story. It's fun to not know who you're going to get and sort of work with how the core crystals roll. But when you're going for completion, grinding for core crystals to get all of the blades is a horrible slog. Merc missions are great to do in the background. They give you something to do with all your spare blades, but they really just disrupt some side quests and kind of throw you off your groove a bit. I've moaned about pouch items enough. I don't need to really say anything more about them. I don't like them at all. And yeah, field skills as well. They're a cool idea, and I kind of see what they were going for in having each blade contribute to your party in some way, even if you're not using them in battle. But the way they're implemented definitely needs some work. It really does. But I've moaned a lot, and I want to end on a positive. The soundtrack is incredible. It's just really good. It's it's amazing, and I don't really have too much more to say about it than that. So, this game. It's a game where all of the variables were set up to make me hate it. It followed up Xenoblade X, one of my favourite games of all time. It's the game we got instead of a sequel to that. The first half of the game, while it has its moments, is a bit of a slog to get through, and there are so many annoying little mechanics that really do wind me up sometimes. But you know what? I can't bring myself to hate this game. I can't help but love it, because it has just such a sincerity and charm to it. It knows exactly what it is, and it isn't ashamed of what it is. It wears its heart on its sleeve. It's a very heartfelt game that I think anyone with a Switch should give some time to. If you're a fan of RPGs, play this one. It really is something special. So, the base game might be done, but we're not quite done with Xenoblade 2 yet, because, as I'm sure many of you know, as part of its DLC expansion season pass, whatever it's called, we got Torna the Golden Country, a pretty massive prequel story to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, Torna itself is not that important to Xenoblade 3 and the overall meta-narrative of the franchise, but it is very, very important to Xenoblade 2, and it is just a fantastic game in its own right. Plus, from a gameplay perspective, it is very important to Xenoblade 3, because a lot of the mechanics that are in 3, you can sort of see their origins in Torna. So, I'll be getting started on that next time, and I'm really, really looking forward to jumping into Torna, because it probably is my favourite part of Xenoblade 2. It's just that good, and it's probably the best DLC Nintendo has ever put out. It's fantastic. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I think that's where I'm going to call it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. The plan is to be back tomorrow to get started with Torna the Golden Country. However, that does depend on how my ear is. It is getting a bit sore now, this last sort of hour of the stream has been a bit rough on that, and the first Torna stream is going to be a lot longer than this one, so I'm not sure I can keep that up for a full 3-4 hour stream, but we'll see how I feel. If all goes to plan, it'll be tomorrow. If not, it'll be next week. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!